Hi, this is Sybil Santiago from the Soho International Film Festival, and you're watching Comedy Matters TV.
Hi, this is Mike Starr, and you're watching Comedy Matters TV.
Hey, this is Jeffrey Gurian for Comedy Matters TV, here at the opening night of the Soho International Film Festival at the Sunshine East Theater on Houston Street in New York City. And the opening film is Genius on Hold. Mike Starr is in it. It's a documentary, a very fascinating film. We're also expecting Eric Roberts, Tony Danza, and Armand Asante. So stick around and see what happens. And I have a lot of extra noise here, so I hope you're enjoying that as well. This is a perfect way to do it, because I ran into my old buddy John Gallagher, and you starred in the deli, right?
Yeah, I was one of them. The character, Johnny Amico. Well, I'm at the beginning and the end for Walter's movie Genius on Hold, the documentary, and then finishing up with John Gallagher. So Walter's a good friend of ours.
From the beginning to the end. Walter, that's great to meet you. Jeffrey Gurian.
When you see the story?
Well, I'm hearing great things. Tell me a little bit about it, and then I'll ask Walter for his take about the film. Yeah.
I can't ruin anything. The way I look at it is that it's three stories. First is Dad's story. These stories you go like, wow, he invented that? Well, what? Wow. And then you get to Walter and say, you did what? And you did? That's fascinating. You went through what? And then the two, do they come together at the end, the two people, the father and son, and is there... I don't want to ruin it for you.
No,
What's their relationship?
I don't want to know.
Actually, three stories, yin and yang, and then they come together.
But it's about his father invented something and someone took it from him?
More than something. Yeah, I guess that's one way. But I don't want to ruin anything.
Okay, no, but he invented something very important?
Very important, not only for our government and our safety, but also our everyday use that we take for granted now.
And someone tried to take it. Is that the story?
Stop my father. He made the conference call forwarding, speakerphone, touch tone dialing, voice print recognition.
I didn't want to give it away.
That's all right. At the end of his life, he fought Bell because Bell was a monopoly. You couldn't hook up to Bell lines unless they allowed you to. And they blocked my father until '84 when he fought them in Washington to show there was a monopoly in America.
It's a great American story.
And then they blocked him from ever working, anywhere in the communications industry for the balance of his life.
Are you the director of the film?
Writer and director. So I did all the research, believe me.
What was your name? I didn't get your name.
My name's Gregory Marquette. Yeah.
This sounds phenomenal. I can't wait to see it. There's such a buzz about it. Everybody at the festival is excited about it. And it's the opening film, right? Again, I wish you the best of luck with it. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's coming up for you, Mike?
Well, we're going to finish off with the deli.
It's going to be a reunion.
Armand Asante tonight.
Yeah, Aman, who I love, yeah. Worked with Aman a few times.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on with us. I am here with Sybil Santiago, the executive director of this festival. Is that the right title for you? I mean, you do everything as far as I know, right?
As far as I know, I'm a worker of the film festival.
How does one create a film festival? Like this is amazing to me that I think it's the third year. Is that correct?
Third year, yes. It started as a really small festival in a loft downtown Manhattan in Soho that was put together a bunch of filmmakers and artists that really wanted to have sort of a place to have their films shown, because they feel they're not getting shown in any of the other film festivals in New York. So they put one together, and I joined in on the second year, and we brought it to the Quad, which we had Jeffrey with us last year, and that was very successful, and it has expanded so much that we had to get a bigger theater, and we wanted to be back downtown, so we found the Sunshine, which has been amazing, and it's such a great venue, and have wonderful, wonderful films this year, and great support from a lot of great actors, like you see.
Huge celebrity.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we had Octavia Spencer yesterday giving her premiere of her film, which is amazing. And then we had Carrie Preston, who was here after Sundance. They came here and brought their film to New York premiere. And we had Mike Starr, as you saw last
Friday. I saw Mike Starr. I interviewed Mike, and Kevin Jonas was here tonight.
Kevin Jonas, and Joe Jonas is on his way.
Oh,
and
is he? Oh, yeah,
yes, he is. And we have the guitar player Thom from Guns N' Roses coming down later. And
next week,
it's crazy.
You're doing a special with Danny Aiello, right?
Yes.
You're having an evening for Danny Aiello.
It's going to be a beautiful night. Danny Aiello's coming down. He's going to have a candid sort of talk back with the audience, so it should be really fun. And then after that, we're having a 15th anniversary
The Deli.
screening
John
for
Gallagher's The Deli.
John Gallagher, exactly. And that's going to be a crazy fun evening.
There was so many stars in that movie, and that was made 15 years ago, before a lot of them were really big. And so many people from that film went on to become huge.
Yes, and half of the cast are coming. So
You're
gonna
very
be here, I'm
excited.
assuming, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I'm waiting from tonight. I'm not even going home
No, he's
because I
not
don't want to
allowed.
miss
He's
it.
staying here.
I'm staying for the whole
You've
week.
become a part of this now. That's it.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. But I wanted to talk to you because everybody talks to people, you know, who are in the films and all, but you're the person who's making this happen. And I'm like, this is an amazing amount of work that you do. What was your background in film that led you to get involved with the festival?
I started as an actor when I was 3 years old, and my mom is a veteran actress and a director and had a production company. So I've been acting, singing, dancing, doing production work with my mom, working everything from the background to cleaning the floors, anything that was needed for, to put a production together. So it's sort of been always part of me, of just putting things together, basically, when it comes to the arts and film especially. So this seemed like just a natural fit. When George Balos, was the founder of the film festival, came up to me and spoke to me about maybe doing this together, it was just a perfect fit. So it just worked out and managed to build. I mean, this is not me by myself building the festival. Obviously, we have a great team behind me.
But you're the face of the festival. No, everybody has a team behind them. But
Left right now when you're going 24/7. But thank you. Yeah,
you
we
look
try.
great, and I can't wait till next year. Look, every year it gets bigger and bigger.
It gets bigger, and hopefully bigger in the right way. We don't necessarily want to be big in a sense that it'll be just a commercial festival, like, you know, a lot of the ones out there. The reason this festival is put together to begin with is grassroots. It's indie. It's got a filmmaker as sort of our star in the show. So we make it a point that, as you notice on the red carpet, it's always the filmmakers first. It's really wonderful when we have big actors that come in and support the festival and sort of give it a little bit of a push, or the film that's being shown, but it's really about the filmmakers and about the films. We call it the Filmmakers Festival, and we really make them the star of it. So hopefully we're trying to accomplish that we are. I'm hoping.
I wish you luck with the festival.
Thank you so much.
It's great to see
Jeffrey.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you.
Awesome. Hey, this is Jeffrey Gurian from Comedy Matters TV here on the red carpet at the Soho International Film Festival with Christopher Denham, the star of Forgetting the Girl. What's up, Chris? How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Good.
I'm doing amazing. Tell me about the film.
It's not a comedy.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll start with that. It's a psychological thriller, really about memory, the delusions of memory, and how the harmful effects of misremembering something.
I forget things all day long, man. I could really use a film on memory.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter if it's comedy or not. My thing is called Comedy Matters, but everything in some way is related to comedy.
Sure.
Just the fact that we're laughing right now makes it appropriate.
This is yes, indeed, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and how did you come to get hooked up with the project?
Just the standard route, auditioning, a couple times for Nate, the director, and just felt like a good fit on both ends. I really responded to Peter's script, and I thought that it was doing something most psychological thrillers don't do. So I was intrigued by it, and we went forward.
How much rehearsal time did you get?
Pretty unusual for a film. I come from theater, so I'm used to having a couple of weeks of rehearsal, and film you typically don't get that, but we did have that for this. And we had most of the principal cast too, in a rehearsal studio for two and a half weeks actually. So by the time we got there, it felt like we were just, polishing what we had already worked on.
Was it a New York shoot?
It was primarily a New York shoot. Yeah.
And is Nate here?
Mr.
Oh.
Director, yes,
Yeah.
the guy with the mohawk.
Nate, you got a second? All right, cool. So we're here with Nate Taylor. Yeah, come right over here. Yeah, you get the same. Nate Taylor.
That's me.
Directed this film. Is this your first feature?
This is my first feature film, but it is not my last, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. That's very exciting, man. Very exciting. Have you been taking it to other festivals as well?
We had our world premiere at CineQuest out in San Jose, and then last night we just screened down at the World Fest Houston, and we won a gold Remy down there. And now we're having our New York premiere here. And then from, I don't know, maybe Europe. Where do you want to go, Chris?
Europe sounds great. France, we can do something.
France.
That'd be great.
I know the excitement of that. I wrote a movie with Scott Baio, and we got in several film festivals and went around. And there's nothing like being at a festival when your film is in the festival.
To actually, you spend so many years, so much effort and thought putting this like art together, and then to finally show it and have people respond is like, that's the payoff. You know, that's the whole reason to do it, is to see people respond and have them come up and be really excited about it. It's really been amazing.
Well, look, I wish you guys luck. It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing the film. I'm going to go in right now.
Thank you.
Save me a seat. I'm coming in.
Okay.
All right, I can't wait.
This is Jeffrey Gurian here for Comedy Matters TV with Kevin Jonas and his wife Danielle. Is that correct? Cool. And Kevin, how does one get someone from the Jonas Brothers to show up and support them?
Well, the movie's amazing, so it does all the supporting it needs. But I'm actually the brother-in-law to one of the producers, and we actually got to see the film a little while ago. And it's been through a bunch of different festivals, and it's finally here in New York, and we were able to make it out today. So we're happy to be here.
The film is Forgetting the Girl. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. How would you describe what it's about?
It's definitely a psychological thriller. You're in a rabbit hole of a story, and you definitely want to follow the main character through what he's been going through, and it leaves you with so many questions, and you don't stop thinking about it for days. It's really great.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Are you here with Joe and Nick?
No, I'm not, just with Danielle today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, have you seen? I'm sure you've seen How to Succeed.
Yes, I have.
With Nick.
Yes, we both have.
I was going to offer to hook you up.
Oh, well, good. You got some tickets? Well, good, yeah.
Because it's a hard show to get into.
You know what? It's been sold out for weeks, and it's been hard to get in. But luckily, I think I got a good connection, and we've seen it a couple times, so we'll probably see it a couple more times.
I'm sure you will. You're based in LA, though, aren't you?
Actually, no, we're here. We're in New Jersey. We're here, and so that's why this was a lot easier to get to. So it's great.
Well, it's great. I'm here to support, and I hope it does well, and I look forward to it. Thank you so much for coming on Comedy Matters TV. Hey, this is Jeffrey Gurian here for Comedy Matters TV at the Soho International Film Festival with my old pal Danny Aiello. How are you, Danny?
Hi, Jeff. I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and it's great to see you tonight.
It's unusual for me to be at a festival. I generally don't attend, but I fell in love with this guy, a heterosexual love.
Right. Yeah. Yes, of course.
John Gallagher, the guy who runs the place, and he sort of forced me with a knife to come, and here I am.
Under duress.
Under total duress. Man.
John Gallagher is a great guy.
He is. I had the pleasure of meeting him recently, and I really didn't know him that well, but I was given privy to many of the things, people that he's sort of done Q&A questioning sessions with, and they were just amazing. I mean, I had him at home last night watching all of his interviews with them, and he was great. And I don't particularly like doing these things, but because he made it look so easy for those people he was talking to, I said I had to become a part of that. Well, and really he's a great guy. And we're going to show some of my clips to let people know what I've done in the business, which is very infinitesimal. But
which would probably take infinitesimal. Are you kidding? It would probably take 3 nights to show all of your stuff.
No, it's only 90 movies. There's not
only
that
90
many.
movies. That's all. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But you know what? I bet a lot of your fans don't know about your connection to comedy. Because you started, if I remember correctly, you started working at the Improv many years ago as a bouncer. Isn't that correct? When Bud Friedman first opened?
Well, he recognized my talent and he made me a bouncer. And then I became a part-time MC, of course. But
Exactly,
I was there for a couple of years, but I really didn't do anything with comedy because it was something, a monologist was nothing that I ever wanted to be, but it exposed me in a certain way that made it possible for me to then begin to become an actor. Because people who would come into the place to see the comedians would see me, some of them were movie makers, and they would ask me if I would do a role, and I said, what the hell am I going to do? I'm not an actor. So I became an actor simply by people asking me to participate, and I did,
Isn't
I've
that
been
an amazing
very
thing?
Very lucky.
Well, you're so talented. But it's an amazing thing. People must have seen something in you that you didn't see in yourself.
And I still don't see it in myself, but apparently some people did. And it's great. When I look back at it now and I reflect on all those things that occurred, it was very difficult at that time because I had 3 children, no employment, and Bud Friedman, who was the proprietor of the improvisation, well, Bud paid me about $150 a week. Now, with 3 children, that's pretty difficult to live by. But it happened.
Even in those days.
Yeah, well, I was the union president at the Greyhound Bus Union. I represented all the drivers throughout the United States. I was the youngest in the country at the time.
And didn't you used to call out the stops also?
That's it. Why? You want to hear that, don't you? He's soliciting this.
I remember that.
Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, Wheeling, Columbus, Indianapolis, Terre Haute, Effingham, St. Louis, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Denison, and Dallas, Texas. This coach connects in Jersey City for Newark, Mount Clair, Denville, Dover, Bud Lake, Hackettstown, Stroudsburg, Mount Pocono, Tobyhanna, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Clark, Summit, Nicholson, Halstead, Great Bend, Binghamton, Cortland, Ithaca, Geneva, Canandaigua, Pittston, Towanda, Waverly, Elmira, Corning, Bath, Batavia, Hornell, Mount Morris, and Buffalo.
That is amazing. And that's after 10 years.
No, it's a lot longer than 10 years.
I know.
My mother used to say, Danny, if they don't work out, you can always go back to bus scheduling, you know. I'm big, baby. Academy Award, 24 awards, you know that, don't you? Did you say that, John? Did you tell him?
I told the guy, I told him, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, it's great.
I'm honored to see you, man.
Thanks,
it's
Jeff.
so great.
Thanks.
So
Good
great
luck
to
with
see
your
you.
thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Like he said, hey, this is Nick Jonas. And, I thought it was a joke. It's Comedy Matters TV. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, I'm Kevin Jonas, and you're watching Comedy Matters TV.
I'm Danny Aiello, and you're watching Comedy Matters TV.